It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop out of morning, I had me some breakfast by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on these folds, I had a in my shoulder, you got a bitch. Real bad, bad, you too, dripping my swag.
Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama watching television, telling me avoid the system. Hoping I ain't lose religion, texting prayer hands, hope the message sending on. Know I've been blessed, I've been seeing prophets, mostly yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling that. It's safe to say the man got me on. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me?
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. For Tariq Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On play action, Winston. It's brought incomplete. It's John Brown. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A first down throw for Winston. He will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run. This is Cohen. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let's go. It's time to play.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Let's go now. Let's go. Let's convert.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Let's go now. Ready?
They'll try to run it in with Moore. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He's going to get it running right. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? On 3rd down. It's Cohen, and the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And Zerline's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Here we go.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago. Then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans. They don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Here's Newton now on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets in. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw on second down is Newton. Dumping it off for Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come on now. Come on, come on, come on. Everyone's got 4, 8, 20. Hey, hey. Great.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Back. Gun. Express.
From the gun on third down, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Gun.
They're running. Ingram. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Jameis now on 1st down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
Let's go now. Ready. Follow. Let's go.
This is Cohen on the toss. There he goes inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He wasn't ready. Let's convert. Easy.
Now Cohen. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Winston. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Jurrell Casey in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Let's go.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Let's go. 20.
On second down, here's Newton. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. From the gun, here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. First pick of the career for Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll get this one up to the 26. There for the tackle, Blair Brown.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go now, let's go. It's time to play. Follow.
They try again with Cohen. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Let's go now. Let's go.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ingram again, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Newton on first down. He's going to go deep for Conley. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Johnson trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. The catch made by Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. This is Cohen. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
the play fake. Winston. Looking long for Thomas. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And some room to work. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, get right there. Get right there. Get right there.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it. I
don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And Parkey's kick is good. Back now at Ford Field. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out come the Jets. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a second down throw for Winston. Down left, he's got it to Everett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Winston now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert. Green, triple C.
To throw, Winston. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking deep for Dominic. This is caught inside the 15. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Henry Anderson, big man from Stanford, there for the stop.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings.
Gun. Hey! Let's rock now.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Here we go. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Here we go, fellas. On the ball. Gun.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now it's Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Newton. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third and a few inches. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They roll it. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Nickel Roby brings him down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. Newton to throw. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch one. 20. Hey.
Now Newton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Got some real estate inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. 2 for 2 tonight. This will be for the win. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Now Jameis on second down. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Here's Winston. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
Here's Andy Lee now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now Winston, and this is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. On the ground, this is Johnson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
On the ball.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Ingram again, first down carry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
On the ball.
And a 20th carry now for Ingram. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Lions, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.